YouTube FIFA here, and welcome to episode 8 of the Academy Project. Today, we are actually going to begin by doing a little bit of training. Of course, we begin by training our boy Kryn. Once again, we're trying to get Kryn to be as good as he possibly can be. And today, we are going on a little bit of a roller coaster ride with the games. You'll see what I mean once we get into them. But we are training our boy Sook as well. Sook is starting to feel really good. I'm really happy with that. I know last episode he didn't do very well. And here our boy Yaman, giving him priority as well because he's got some potential. And Cooper, of course, once again a staple in our training classes. Yaman does very well. Kryn does very well. Everyone else, pretty average. You know, whatever. Anyways, we decide to go into the office then and just read some mail. And I'm looking at a player conversation here, and Luke Hyman, one of our real players, is telling me he wants some game time. I go into the match and I'm like, you know what? Should I give him some play time? Should I not? I'm looking at the fitness levels and I'm like, you know what? Cartal's a little bit tired. Let me put in some other players and then try to put some fresh legs. And I'm looking for my boy Hyman. I'm like, where is Hyman? I know I saw him somewhere. Where is he? Where is he? And I can't find him. I'm making other changes in between. I'm like, oh, there you are. There you are. Put you in for Cartal. See what you can do for us. He's going to be pretty happy with that selection since he asked for it. And I'm over here just trying to see what I can do. Mr. 58 overall goes into the bench, I believe, or into the squad. What did I do with... Oh, no, he goes straight into the squad. Because we needed that pace. Because after episode 7, where we lost all 3 games, I was like, I need to put some real players into the team. I need to see if I can do something different. Because that was horrendous. I don't ever want to go 3 games losing again. That's just a no-no. We can't have that in this series. We need to go in, and we need to win as much as we possibly can. Here, Jones looking very confident of their team right there, Blackpool. And if you saw the table there real quick, we're in 10th position right now, which is not very good at all. But we begin the game controlling the ball, passing it over to the wing, getting it over to the center. Then we jump straight into the 3rd minute, and Blackpool is on the ball. They're on the wing, cross it in, and look at that right there. We were very lucky not to concede in that chance that Blackpool had. And here we are on the ball again with Daniels. Daniels sends it into Mr. 58 overall. Mr. 58 overall comes back and gets a shot. And look at that. Narrow miss. He's upset with himself. Once again, Daniel on the wing cuts in. And he gets taken out in the box with nothing is called. I was really like, really? That's a little bit suspect. But, you know, whatever. We're in enemy territory, so I expect that sort of decision from time to time. Blackpool on the ball, controlling. They probably got like 7, 8, 10 passes completed at this point. Tugay, or whatever his name is controlling the ball. He's had it for a little while. Sends it out to Alessandra. Alessandra runs down the wing and sends it in the middle. And Cooper right there, another fantastic save. And we eventually clear it. But over here, you know, Blackpool recovers the ball, sends it back in. And they're opening play again over to the wing. Man guy over here has the ball, sends it over in. And Cooper once again on the ball. And we keep on sending it out. And that's where the game ends. But as you can see, I put that entire clip there because pretty much that's what this game was about. It was about them taking control the entire time. But here they are again on the wing, trying to make something work, doing quick 1-2 passes, going in and out and up and around. And, you know, they're just trying to do something. Eventually we get the ball off and then we just give it away again to Blackpool. Blackpool once again doing 1-2 passes right there, and they get a shot. Very good opportunity they had. And here we are recovering the ball, sending it all the way to our center backs, and then we're over here trying to do little 1-2 passes as well, trying to see what we can find. And we try to send Mr. 58 overall. He's eventually able to get through, and then he cuts back in and he's trying to do something and he takes a shot, and unfortunately it wasn't a very good shot for us. But that was one of the very few opportunities we had in this game. At this point, I'm like, no, I need to do something. So I put my boy Sook in. I put my boy Kren in. And I decide that I'm going to put my boy Sip in as well. So decided to give the youth players some a go there. And here's our boy Sip once again trying to see what he can do. He does the stop and turn and tries to send it in there to Sook. But Sook can't reach it. Sook is really tired at this point. And Colchester's on the ball. And that's how this game is going to end. Yes, boys. Uneventful. 0-0 draw. As you can see, they had more shots. We had 3 shots on target though. So we actually went for the safe shots, which is what we normally try to do. And that's probably why we don't score a whole bunch of goals, because we always go for the safe shot instead of going for just any shot overall. As you can see here, the next game is against Stevenage. And I decided to go into my youth academy because I thought I had a player that was ready. And here it is, Hugh Shaw. I decided to go ahead and offer him a contract. He has some really nice potential. Young English lad, should be helping us out. So I go ahead and offer him a contract. Right now he's a 40 overall, but we'll take what we can get because at the moment we are still struggling to get fitness on our youth players because they play almost every single game. Except for Ko, because let's be honest, Ko is trash. But you know, I put him in anyways because I want to play my youth players as much as possible. And over here, I'm just doing some maintenance, and I throw Martin into the starting 11, even though he's got the little band-aid next to his name saying that he's not fully recovered from his injury. But I was like, you know what? Let me give him at least a half. I actually pay him a little bit more than that, but, you know, our boy Kren right there, ready to do some damage. Will he do some damage this episode? We've been waiting for him to actually score an open play. But here our boy Sip is on the wing, stopping, trying to see if he can find anything. They get the ball away from him. He recovers, and he gets fouled right outside the box. Kren and Sip are just, they know how to make the other team foul him. Here Kren takes a shot from the free kick, and it's not a bad shot. I thought it was actually going to curve in. If he had a little bit of more curve on him, I think that would have gone in. But anyways, once again, Olsen on the ball here, sends it over to Sip. Sip sprints, and he's going to do what Sip does. Sip cuts in, and then he's looking for someone. He's trying to find something, tries to get a shot in, and unfortunately, or fortunately for Stevenage, their defender was there because that was going in. Once again, our boy Sip just doing work. Stevenage on the ball here. But unfortunately for them, it's the end of the first half, and we jump straight into the 53rd minute of the second half. Stevenage controlling the ball. They send it back to their center back, and once again to their left back over there. Send it into their center mid. Center mid sends it over to their right back, and they send it back into the center. They're basically just passing the ball around. I'm pressuring them a whole lot, and that's why they can't go and do anything right now. Eventually, they get it over to their striker, send it over to their winger, the winger back to the striker, and they're sending it over back to the wing. I thought that was offsides right there, but apparently not. And they get this beautiful little chance right there that Walker actually missed. We got very, very lucky that Stevenage didn't score on us right there. Cooper sends it over to the wing to Cartal. Cartal sends it into Olsen. Olsen sends it into Suk. Suk to Daniel, and Daniel's looking. He's wanting to see what he's going to do right here. Daniel's cooking. Daniel's looking, and they take it from him. So there it is. Stevenage once again on the ball. We recover. And we're just trying to pressure and see what we can do. Try to force Stevenage to make mistakes. And here Daniel once again on the ball. Daniel is very, very good. And we get it to Sip, and Sip takes that shot. And that was a very close opportunity for us. At this point, it's the 66th minute. I was like, you know what? Let's see if we can make some changes. I decide to go ahead and put Kim in for Martin. As you can see, I gave Martin more than enough time. He just wasn't performing for us. I put Redshaw in for Suk. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, all right, so Daniel and Olsen are really tired. Let me put in Cole for Olsen. That probably wasn't the best decision. But you know what? I'd rather put Cole in for, 15, 20 minutes rather than let Daniel get injured, or Olsen, I'm sorry, to get injured, because Olsen's a pretty good center mid. I really am starting to enjoy the guy. But once again, Stevenage here, they're passing the ball around the box in the 82nd minute. they're trying to start something, and I'm trying to be as disciplined as I can. You can see me switching my player, and right there, they do me dirty, and they get this opportunity right there that hits the post, and I get so lucky right there. I was able to clear the ball, and once again, Olsen, and look at his stamina levels. He is completely dead on his feet, but he goes ahead and still gets it out, and we get a foul right there. And I was like, what was that foul for? I felt like if we were able to actually run that out, we probably could have done something with it. But here they are. They get a header in, and our boy Cooper safe on the ball right there. Cartal, and sends it over to Sip. Sip holds up play a little bit, sends it into Ko. Ko sends it into Redshaw. Redshaw to Daniel. And Daniel, once again, he's playing like our little Cam. He's our little playmaker right now, even though he's supposed to be a more of a defensive player, but he is very attacking. So here Redshaw takes the ball and gets a shot. And Redshaw, oh man, I played with him before, like I've told you guys before, but I used to think he was good, but after playing with him here at Blackpool, he just doesn't seem very good anymore. Anyways, in the 90th minute here, Sip gets the ball. What is Sip going to do with it? Sends it into Kren, and Kren bottles it. That was the perfect opportunity to go up, and in the 90th minute, boys, the game is over. And once again, very disappointed to leave this game with another 0-0 draw. I was thinking to myself at this point, no, I can't go another episode without a win. I can't go another game without a win. I've lost 3 games in a row last episode. Now I drew 2 games in a row. That's 5 games without winning. And I'm like, nah, we can't do that. So I decided to go in and start, do some training on my boys as well. Cartal gets some training. Sook gets some training. Sip gets some training. Martin gets some training. And Cooper gets some training. So I decided to train these boys as much as possible. I don't think I'm going to be training Sip anymore. I feel like it's a waste of time at this point. He's not improving a whole lot anymore. If he improves by himself, he improves by himself. We eventually are able, we are going to be able to sign a center forward later in this episode, and you'll see when we look at the scouting report. But I'm making some changes here, making sure I have the freshest youth players I can possibly have on the team. Now, our stamina levels are still very low, but at this point, once again, we're going into our game with Grimsby Town. And once again, I was disappointed. I was frustrated. I was all kinds of crazy. And I was like, I can't lose. And whoever steps in front of me is going to get it. Whoever steps in front of me is going to get it, and that's what happens. Look at Yaman right there. Our fullback begins by scoring in the 17th minute, and poor Grimsby Town was in the middle of our wrath, and they took the full brunt force of it. They were in for a world of hurt. We begin the game by scoring in the 17th minute. And right here, Daniel on the ball. Daniel seeing what he can do with it. Sends it into Kren. Once again, Daniel holding on very well. Kren sends it out to Johannesson. And look at this by Johannesson. Magnificent from the outside of the box. Johannesson scores his debut goal. Very, very happy with that. Only minutes after the first goal. First goal in the 18th minute. Second goal in the 21st minute. And at this point, Grimsby Town was like, nah. You guys can't do this to us. And they decide to hold up the ball really well. Became a really, really good game at this point. Grimsby Town being a little bit tricky right there. I try to go ahead and shove him off the ball, and I can't. They get this opportunity right here. We got very lucky not to concede, because that number 9 they got, that's one big dude. But anyways, that's where the first half ends. We're winning 2-0. I was very happy with the scoreline, but I did not like the flow that the end of the first half was going and the beginning of the second half. Because as you can see, we jumped straight into the 56th minute of the second half here. In Grimsby Town, it's just they're just playing around. They're doing this tiki-taka football that only Barcelona's supposed to do. And, I mean, they're just having a good old time. And it's a 63rd minute. They get a corner kick right there. I'm eventually able to clear. They recover. And, they're working. They're doing really good. And I'm like, oh, no. This is what happened against me in the other game. Right there, 65th minute. They got that really good opportunity. I'm like, nope, I need to do something. Let's change momentum. Decide to put Suk in for Johannesson. Johannesson was really tired. He did really well for us in this game. I'm looking at Kim. I put Martin in. And I'm looking at Redshaw. I'm putting Redshaw in for... I think I put him in for Daniel. Yep, I put him in for Daniel. And then that was a mistake right there. I actually wanted to put Redshaw for Shaw and Shaw back in the more defensive mid position. Decide to move forward. We're in the 74th minute here. We get the ball back. We pass it over to Suk. Suk sends it over to Kartal. Kartal goes ahead and feeds our boy Krin. Krin loses the ball, and look at our boy Sip just doing work. He holds up play, goes in. Krin wins the ball, and look at the shot right here. No nonsense shot. Krin, first goal from open play. He's been with us from the very beginning, and this is now his first goal from open play. I don't know if it was the number 9 that we gave him, but he decided that he was actually going to be a striker and actually strike the ball. And look at that, boys. We're 3-0 up. 3-0 up. Very happy with the performance right there. And here our boy Martin recovers the ball, sends it over to Redshaw. Redshaw going ahead doing some work, shoves his defender off, shoves the other defender off. He's over there pushing and pulling. The other defender does it, gets a pass in to our boy Sip. And of course he had to get on the scoreboard because Sip cannot go a game without scoring. Well, he goes games without scoring, but you see what I mean. Sip is just too good to not score when everyone's free scoring right here. And we're 4-0 up now. And Grimsby over here tries to do something with it. Nothing comes from that. They get a corner. They go ahead and they take this corner. And right here, we clear the ball, right? No one is there. They go all out attack. And look at who it is. Kren is the only person running after the ball, and right behind them is our boy Suk. The entire Grimsby Town team is out for us, and what we do, we pass it into the middle. The smart pass. You can call it sweaty, whatever you want, but that was a smart decision right there, and our boy Suk gets on the tally as well. 5-0 in the 87th minute. Boys, I was so happy after the frustration of going 5 games without winning. That's what happens when we go 5 games without winning. We score 5-1. Beautiful, beautiful performance. Ronaldinho's having a really good time, saying hello to his twin brother, who apparently is the coach for Grimsby Town. The Grimsby players are just confused. They don't know what just happened. They're like, hold on, this team hasn't won in 5 games and they just destroyed us 5-0. But anyways, boys, I was very, very happy with this performance. I did not know what else to do. But anyways, we go into the we're looking at the scores here right now. We can see that we have a game coming up. I'm looking at the conversations. Daniel's upset because he wanted to rest. I made him play. But the truth is, right now we kind of need Daniel's talent. He's a pretty decent player. We decided to go ahead and simulate. I know I normally end the recording there, but I want to show you guys something. So we got some, oh, by the way, Scout Future Star, Valerio Santoro right there, 15-year-old right mid. Unfortunately, we can't sign him immediately, but he looks promising, boys. He looks really good. Here, Oliver Anderson, he's crappy, but guess what? We need some players, so we sign him. Charlie Thomas, sign him. Jordan Harris, sign him. Harold Larson, sign him. And Terje Lund, we sign him as well. So now we have plenty of players to play with. If we need to rest players, we will. And I go ahead and decide to sign all of the guys who are at least 16 overall, just to make sure that they're ready for the next episode. I don't know if I'll be able to play them in the next cup tie, but I do go ahead and offer every single one of these guys contracts And then I just double check to make sure I'm not missing anyone. And no, I'm not. But anyways, boys, that's where I'm going to leave the recording. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe, and peace.